That's a little better. Nice night. Enjoying the serenity of the backyard. I hope you will subscribe and hit the thumbs up. Thought I'd do a quick live stream. So I've been experimenting with the shorts, YouTube shorts, shorter format videos. Let me know what you think about that. Everything seems to be growing pretty well. This time of year, it's always a challenge to keep up with the watering. However, I've been doing my best, and if you see a water hose sprawled out on the yard, that's why. Especially these bananas, they require consistent watering. Starting to look like pretty dry sand, and that's only after one day. So if I water this dry by the next day, need to water again. It will be watered by the sprinklers, but the sprinklers do not hit everything. If you want good food production, you do have to provide the water, and I live in a very arid barrier island. Something I'm really stoked about, I'm hoping to show you, is this cool roselle. And it's very interesting. It's got a little calyx on it. And you can see how red that stem is. This is something I learned about brand new this year by expanding my horizons. This is a great pick for anybody who wants to just grow something cool. You could grow it in a pot. It grows really well in a pot. This one I grew in a pot. I just stuck 3 seeds in there, 2 of them grew. And it's been doing pretty well, really. You know, if you're new to the channel, I use a lot of high quality manure and worm tea. That's my secret. Fill in the spaces with micronutrients, very inexpensive, granular, long-lasting micronutrients. There's another roselle. A couple of these, I already ate the petals. You can eat the petals, taste like cranberries. And I've started to trim back this tree-formed pigeon pea, which is a super high protein choice. What I realized was the rabbits love to eat these leaves. So I tried these leaves. I tried the tips, which these I thought might be good because I do like to eat mulberry leaves. The emerging tips of the mulberry are very good. They taste like lima beans. So I tried one of these and it was horrible. But the rabbits really love it. Pigeon pea. It's very fibrous. I used my new Swiss Army knife to cut it. Yeah. So just checking out the backyard. Oh, here's another one of those roselle. You can see. Oh, bird got it. This one looks, yeah, pretty good. The stem of these things are actually used in commercial fiber applications, so that's kind of an interesting thing. You can actually use the fiber for cordage if you were so inclined. I'm not sure where the little chickadees are. They may be up in the coop eating. So I recently got a chicken coop. I didn't get it, I actually built it, but got it in bits and pieces. Oh, we're back. Sorry about that. Lost the connection too far. I actually have it on Wi-Fi, so I'm to the router in the house. Can't get to the chicks on this one. They're back there eating bugs anyway. They're pretty well occupied. Tommy Atkins mangoes continue to grow vigorously. I think I have enough of these this year. Never seen a crop on this tree. If you can see, it's almost touching the ground. Give you perspective. Big mangoes, and they're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You can pick them now and counter ripen them. That'd be a good way to go. But really need to start doing that because this is going to be way more than I can eat, and I'm already going to give some away too. So we'll see. Now, this is like a special episode of What You Got Growing On. I want to show you what's going on my What You Got Growing On grow table. It's a challenge here as well to keep these pots watered. You can see it's almost bone dry. If I don't hit these with water, I'm in trouble. Still a little bit of water retention, but so important if you're going to be growing potted plants in the south. Anywhere it's hot, a lot of sun. You got the best possible thing and the worst possible thing, in that if it can get tons of the energy from the sun, but if you allow it to be fried and don't feed it water, double-edged sword. So this year I've really been just committed to keeping everything hydrated, and I've got, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 star fruit trees that we grew from seeds. My son Jack planted them. And then these are tamarind trees that I grew from seeds. They've grown not much, but some of them, my criteria now with these tamarind trees is just will they survive? I've never grown one. There's nothing. They don't look good. They don't look good. I probably should have put those in the shade, but the good news is I have some more chances to try. I tried to cover them. Yeah, I'm gonna uncover them. I've got to dig those up. But those are more tamarinds that I just grew from seeds that I put in a pot, dumped them out there, and they grew. Now they're getting fertilized like crazy by the chickens. But yeah, the tamarind tree is the next benchmark. So I've got the baby, the little seedling carambolas, starfruit trees. I've got the seedling Hawaiian papayas. Those are growing quite well. All these are Hawaiian papayas. I grow them multi plant in each pot because you want to give a chance for some male, some female to grow. And then of course the tamarind. And the really cool thing is, one of the things I planted on the channel was this croton from seed. This is a really kind of rare one that I love. It's starting to grow. It's starting to get those croton colors, which I love. And then this one, I think they call that a banana croton. It's fairly common, but it's like a gold dust speckled leaf. It's growing pretty well. One cool thing is that we've got sea grapes on the sea grape tree, which I grew from a seed. It's now finally about 5 years after planting the seed, maybe a little longer, producing the sea grapes. So I'm going to have a sea grape harvest in my backyard. Hey, Hyper Fox, welcome aboard. And then these are longans. You can see they look like lychee. And there's one glistening in the sun. That is incredible. I'm so happy about that. Those are really delicious, really rare fruit in my area. So to have longans. Hey, James Tropical, good to see you. Welcome aboard. Yeah, we're looking at the longan tree. This sucker is, look at that. You can see him up there. Yeah, it's getting ready to go off. I mean, hundreds of them on there. They get to be about like a little smaller than a golf ball. And then you peel off this kind of hard leathery shell, and then underneath it, it looks like an eyeball almost. If you bite it in half, there's a big black seed in the middle, and the outside is translucent, just like a eye. So they call it dragon's eye. But that's pretty cool. I might have actually a third compost bin. I got to figure that out. I've got I had gotten a whole bunch of these chicken wire, not really chicken wire, hardware cloth rolls of wire to make the chicken coop, and I managed to do it with one left over. So I think I'm going to make a third composting bin rather than return it over there to Tractor Supply, and keep it going, because no matter how much I throw into these compost bins, they just continue to compress down and down and down. Yeah, the chickens were just back in the Hyper Fox. The chickens were back in the corner of the yard, just out of. I could probably get them to come to me. Let me see. Ooh, in fact, I know how I can get them to come to me. Jack left these out here. Flock party. I like it more if they just come to me because they want to come to me, but when all else fails, you can always have a flock party. You say too early in the day to have a flock party, I say bring it on. Here we go. Live on the internet. Let me see if this works. Do you think it's going to work? We could. You think they're going to come to me when I call them? To guarantee that they come, you have to make the most ridiculous sound because that's the one we chose for their calling. All right, I'm going to try it. Come here, chick, chick. Come here, chick, chick. Come on, chick, chick. Come on, chick, chick. Didn't work. My chickens are not loyal yet. And I just can't say that, make that sound many more times. Let's see if they respond to their conditioning. Oh. Now you come to me. And you? And even you. Okay, that's okay. I'll take it. Come here. Whoa. Yeah, they are super cute. I can't believe how big they're getting. Look at these guys. Are you kidding me? They're living the life of Larry here. Yeah, 6 chickens, exactly. So many chickens. All right. Okay, now if you're into such a thing, you put a handful of these mealworms and then you let them peck them out of the center of your hand, which is a very strange feeling. Ready? Here we go. Chick, chick. Oh, hear that one jump. Whoa. All right, ready to go. Look at just 2 of them. And they knocked all the rest off. All right. Well, that's pretty good. In my way of thinking, that's how you feed chickens. They can eat right out of the palm of your hand. Yeah. Oh. It's funny because Jack had a friend over the weekend, and they were able to get these chickens to fall asleep in their shirts. They made like little koala pouches for their shirts, and depending on where you're at, especially this one, Blondie, but they actually fell asleep. Never would have thought. Oh, come on, relax. Okay, just a little more. This bag of mealworms went a lot faster than I thought. People are pretty generous with the mealworms. All right, ready? Flock party. Flock party. Here we go. Silence. Chicken versus bunnies, who wins? That's a constant discussion in my house. I would say the bunnies are far more soft. They're both fascinating to me. Hey, little rooster. Yeah, we got 1 rooster, but I got a farm to go to. Serious black. Look at you. Look at you. Don't bite me. Don't bite me. No. He that's something that he has done. Bit me, but they say that's an indicator of a rooster, but he's really not. You can see he's very tame. Come here. Come here. Get one of these guys. Oh, come on. Plymouth Rock. Oh, yeah. Jack plays with him. I play with him. We're constantly playing with him. It's a Plymouth Rock hen. They're getting big fast. There he goes. Just fertilize the lawn. Just like that. And another one. Come on, chick, chick. Come on, chick, chick. And then one thing I have to do is I want to plant these lime. Not the lime. This mint. Runners that the mint makes. I'm growing oil here, but I'm letting these grow. It's almost touching the ground. I bought 3 types of mint, and they're all getting sprayed with salty irrigation due to my proximity to the ocean. And the regular old mint made it. The peppermint has been struggling to survive, and the sweet mint is kind of right in between, where the bottom leaves burned off. It's also very dry. I did not water these enough, that's for sure. It's easier to keep this watered than everything else because this, as you water the top, it trickles down. Yeah, they love the composting pile. The one thing left that I need to do is build a roosting bar. And that's very easy to do. Sorry, I'm scratching the mosquito bites as I walk around. The mosquitoes have been kind of lively lately. I always say that's a great philosophical exercise, the mosquito experience. Yeah, the one thing you can do with chickens that you can't do with bunnies is just let them roam free, really. I mean, these little sea monsters just go everywhere. Oh, thanks. Yeah, the coconut is looking good. I was just inspecting it tonight, as a matter of fact. The dwarf Malay coconut. Yeah, why don't you guys go hang around the coconut and give it some chicken fertilizer. Yeah, this particular frond grew not long after it was starting to emerge when I planted it. So, and it's come all the way out and looking good. And this one is the new one, and this should be the beautiful regal first real good coconut frond, which I always love. You see the ends haven't split yet. Whoa, sorry about that. Almost stepped on a chicken. But what I look for is any indications of yellow on these. You know, that would mean it's caloric, it needs fertilizer. Again, you know, the solution is always simple for me. I'm putting in just bunny manure straight onto, oh, and chicken manure, straight onto the base. And watering it, that's really about it. I did hit it with some worm tea the other day. I just consistently go around and do the rounds with the worm tea all the time. And the funny thing is, I've got worms everywhere. I mean, you pick up a brick that you've been laying down, you know, in a place that has any kind of water at all, and it is absolutely loaded with worms. And these little chickens have been picking out worms and eating them too. I think they look like the red wigglers, so I'm wondering if from the worm tea it like seeds worms everywhere. But I have looked for worms before in my backyard and never found it to be that way, so I'm just wondering if there's a correlation. I bought another fig tree too. So in addition to this, I think it's Generi. I've been calling it the Guineri because there was a space between the GE and the NERI on the tag that I bought. Oh, in fact, here, I'll show you what I mean. I thought it was Guineri, like GE. I don't know, I guess like General Electric. Guineri. I think it's Generi. Generi fig? Anyway, this was my 4th fig tree. It's supposed to be a freak show Dr. Seuss fig tree. Hey, don't eat my fig tree. Don't eat too much. And it's done okay. You can see it's not thriving. But I don't need it to thrive. One of the things I need it just to continue to grow. And if it can grow up to a certain height, it's going to be in that zone before the frying winds of the eastern sea breezes and the salty spray of the irrigation system. It'll be in that sweet spot, and I'll be getting figs, like my brown turkey fig tree, which is absolutely weighed down with figs. Hundreds of figs preparing to rain down. This one, zero count of figs so far, but I've seen them actually. There's one at the nursery where I had purchased it that was had fruit on it. By the way, fruit nurseries. If I were you, I would just start planting every tree you're selling because you'll sell so many more. Oh, hey, Treasure Outdoors. Good to see you. Hey, this guy. Yeah, from quail to chickens. Well, yeah. Quail sound awesome too. I almost consider ducks. Did you see that chicken just challenge the other chicken? It's funny. Sirius Black is a rooster, but he is small. He was like a midget chick, and he almost died from having pasty butt and this whole thing. Anyway, he's little, and these hens are getting big, and what the chickens do is they'll charge at each other and flap their wings and stick their neck way up in the air and like challenge each other to establish their pecking order. And Sirius Black loses. He constantly is challenging these hens, and he loses every time. I mean, I guess I don't know what losing actually means in the chicken world, but they seem to both put their heads up as high as they can put them, and then they freeze and stare at each other directly beak to beak, and then one of them turns its head down. And I've always figured that one's the loser. And it's usually Sirius Black. Yeah, but he does all the other rooster stuff. Like he exhibited that, a few bites when he was real little. He will definitely sit outside the hen house and kind of keep guard. He charges at other birds that are out in the yard that want to come at the flock. So he's doing all the rooster goodness. Look at him there. Doesn't he look cool? I wish I could have a rooster. I would just can't do it. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Yeah, I got mine at Tractor Supply. I was going to get them over at a local farm called Funky Chicken Farm out in Palm Bay, Florida. That's a great place to get chicks too, by the way. But yeah, I ended up calling around to different Tractor Supplies, and I found a lot of that they all had different breeds. So, hey, Alex, welcome aboard. And I, after researching for their temperament primarily, but also egg laying, but mostly for their temperament and ability to be a pet and an egg layer, I wound up going with the Plymouth Barred Rock and the Golden Sex Link, and which is it's a hybrid by combining a Rhode Island Red with a Rhode Island White chicken. And both of those are kind of old heritage breeds. I read, you get started researching. I think the next thing you know way too much about chickens, but just about nothing. But yeah. So and they both were described as being very docile and good pets and extremely affectionate. There even was, I read the phrase, lap chickens, and that's been already true. One thing I'm amazed with is that you can get them to fall asleep in your lap at 3 weeks old, 3.5 weeks old. Like, they all like to be pet in a certain different way, it seems like, and if you find that place that makes them sleepy, they just go right out. Jack had them, so he was scratching them on their head, and they would just slowly, their legs would give out, then they'd lie down, and then their head would go down, then they'd just be dead asleep. I thought, that is a real, wow, strange feature of a bird. Oh yeah, Alex, what mango variety is that? That's the Tommy Atkins mango. That is the Tommy Atkins mango. If you're looking for a mango variety that's going to produce like a reliable fruit yield, excuse me, large fruit, that's always my recommendation, just to get in the game, solid points on the board, start scoring mangoes. But the quality of the fruit is not the best. It's certainly very good. It's just like there are. Oh, nice. You got a reliable? What's your reliable one that you have? I'm always interested. I'm currently on a mission to get some rosy gold cuttings, rosy gold mango. My buddy Dave. Recent video, by the way, check that out if you want. Toward his fruit forest, he's got an incredible setup. So cool in every way. Yeah, he's got a Rosy Gold. Plus, he's got several others. I think he's got a Valencia Pride, Namdok Mai, Kent, a couple others. What a joy to have a collection of mango trees. Holy mackerel. It's like the best thing ever. I'm getting ready to harvest a bunch of these and give them to my neighbor. He hooked me up with some awesome salsa. He makes homemade salsa with grows peppers right on the other side of the fence there. Ghost peppers and all these cool exotic types of peppers. And makes his own salsa, and then I think he sells it, actually. But I've got to sample it. I was going to do a video about that sample, the salsa. He's going to make some salsa with some mangoes. So some of these mangoes are going to go to that end. I just want to get maximum quantity of mango fruit for that endeavor, and I know they're only half as big as they get right now, which is why I'm almost certain. Oh, Pickering variety. Oh, okay. I thought that was a expression. Fiberless. Disease resistance. Coconutty flavor. Wow, that sounds fascinating. That's like a dream situation of a coconut flavored coconutty mango with no fiber. Pickering. I've never seen one of those in a nursery around here. I wonder where you would go to get that that variety. But now I'm into grafting. Have never done it, but I'm into it, and then I bought a little grafting knife and some tape. And so I'm looking to get more varieties to graft onto the Tommy Atkins because it's such a hardy grower. I'm sorry, let's see, I missed a comment. I'm just gonna go back real quick. Do I grow any carob? I don't. I'm curious about it though. A Kerry mango treasure outdoors. 6 foot, knocked back by heavy frost. Back up to 3 foot. What's your, I don't know. Yeah, you can protect the trees, but you're farther up there, I guess, in Florida. I'm down here in Brevard County. Yeah, Kerry is an excellent mango tree. Yeah, I've seen those in nurseries, and if I remember right, they always seem to be kind of hardier in the pot. Like, you see some mango trees, they just look frail in the pot, or whatever. It could be the nursery, but some definitely look more hardy than others. Like, you can almost tell if you've got a good nursery and they've got a variety of mangoes. Like, I used to go to these fruit sales. I haven't seen anything like it because of all the stuff last year, but lately. But like a fruit society fruit, and they'll have a many shipments of trucks from down south in South Florida. You can see the hardiness in the pot. It's almost like the challenge of growing in a pot reveals, which ones, or at least which ones don't mind being root bound. Pasco County, huh? Yeah. You get down into the 20s in Pasco County. Wow. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I heard that it snowed up in North Florida this year, and that was fun. It's crazy idea to me. Yeah, you can actually determine when the last frosts were here on some of the older coconut trees or older queen palms. You'll see the damage in the trunk, or some of the older sable palms, you'll see where it like burned it back. It gets like a pinch in the trunk, and my sable palm out front is a good example of that. It's got you can see the history. Maybe we'll go check that out. I think I'll leave the flock party here just in case Jack wants to come out and have his own flock party. You never know. You got to leave the option open. Yeah, he's even seen some little lemons already, which is kind of cool. My gnarly lemon tree. Also the areca palm, sugarcane palm. Love it. This is such a solid specimen. I mean, you can't beat that, right? For just a cool look of the trunk. Yellowness of the frond stem is just stunning. Everything about this is awesome. It's also just an incredibly hardy grower here. And then this is the, of course, seed pod of the Eureka, which is stunning as well. And they get beautiful orange fruits when they're ripe. And I didn't realize until just this winter, when my friend Ben told me, that they are edible and taste really good. So this year I'm going to be eating Eureka fruit. I'll make some videos about that. It'll be a first ever reaction to a cool thing that's been right. I mean, it's just like a metaphor for philosophical truth. The things of value are right over your head and right under your feet, and you don't even realize it. But I'll show you what I mean on this palm tree. The castnet got decimated. We caught a fat snook, by the way, this weekend. Over on Florida Fishy Finger. I have the video. That's my fishing channel. Surf All Day 1A is my surfing channel. One Step Zen is my YouTube philosophy and meditation channel. And this is my sable palm. Look at that sucker. It's got a strangler fig up at the top. Oh yeah, growing Eureka. But look at that, beautiful. But you see how the trunk pinches in there? Yeah. I had a queen palm, but it's dead. That was an extreme example of that. But you can see over the years even where it's been affected by it, certainly. Sable palms are hardy through the frost, but they do get affected by it. Oh yeah, this guy. You should check it out. Absolutely. You live on the East Coast, especially if you like to surf or fish. I find most of the people I know that like to surf and fish also like to garden. Look at this. Little moringa tree. Little moringa tree. My neighbor put a donut around it. It's cool. It actually looks like the tip died and it's got two growing out already. It wants to do that multi-branching. Grew these from seeds. Just bought a $10 packet of seeds off Amazon. That's it. Moringa, actually, you take the shell off and you can sprout them. They grow pretty easily from a seed. Doesn't need to be complicated. Look at this. This was a tree form in a polypad cactus. You can see this incredibly arid, forgotten area of my yard. It had sprinklers were not working here for a while, but this was knocked down, hit by hailstorms, the whole nine, and I just kind of planted it here and it started to grow again. More stuff that got knocked down. And planted some other things just to see how they would do in a very arid corner, unforgotten corner of the yard. So I've got a fuzzy head sunflowers. They'll always grow. A couple varieties of sugarcane. There's another roselle, some croton I grew from a cutting. Oh, sorry, I've got a cough. Talking the whole time. Need a glass of water. And then here's another cutting from that same pad cactus that got knocked down. These are really good, by the way. If you've never had one, the little, you eat them when they're about like this, and they taste like a cucumber, but slimy like an okra. You know, if you had to pick things to have in your yard to eat, you know, survival, whatever, this is not a bad option. It certainly doesn't require hardly any water. It's thornless pad cactus. Look at this hedge bamboo. You know, back in the day, back in the early days of America, everybody had a woodlot. Like, you know, everybody was a farmer too, with some small exceptions, but the majority of America was agrarian. Really lost touch with that in some way, I feel. But, you know, the idea is you have a place where you get resources you need. And this is a good example. These make perfect stakes, plant stakes. And I just picked one out that was available. You know, I trim them off when they lean over. It's actually, I find best to get the ones that are that are what I call clump cured. So you have one that it was dried in the ground. That works pretty well. And when they get to a certain point, you can just kind of break them off. But I'll clean this up. But I've got a pigeon pea in the back that I need to stake up, and I can stake up tomatoes, stake up small trees, and it's the right size bamboo. It's not like timber bamboo that's 2 inches diameter. It's which I like also. I've grown a lot of bamboo. I've got a lot of videos on the channel about bamboo growing. But this size stick, perfect for staking up plants. Not too small, not too big, and also plentiful, fast grower. That's Bambusa multiplex. Bambusa bamboo is a good choice for a lot of people because it clumps. Look, I still got one pigeon pea here. This is the old. I think I'm going to plant this one over by the chicken run to give them some more shade. Can't wait to get pigeon peas. Chickens will be eating the heck out of that. Here's another one of these moringa. Can't wait. I'm going to start eating that moringa. That's going to be a wellness thing. I'm going to integrate that right into my diet. I think I'll put that on my One Step Zen channel too, like as a wellness thing, because as I read about moringa, they call it the tree of life. It's really cool. They claim it's got so much nutrients in it, and they correlate it with longevity, life longevity. So you grow it as a forage crop. Basically, you just keep trimming it back, and it grows back vigorously, and you harvest the leaves, dry them, and then make it into a tea and drink that tea. And it's like, I look at it as it seems like it was and here's the leaning pigeon pea I want to tack up. I'll do this some other time. I'm going to put that there so it's ready. GrowYourOwnTomatoSteaks.com. Yes, well, anyway. It is a nice feed. So good. I didn't even know I could grow carrots. But yeah, I'm gonna pick another one. There's a snack. That'd be good. Give this to the bunnies. Actually, probably the have I ever eaten stinging nettles? Good question. No, I haven't. I've been stung by stinging nettles. Never eaten one. Never got back at them. I've seen on survival shows where people eat those because they're so high in nutrients. I love watching those, like different survival shows. Alone, that's my favorite. Might as well go back and check out the bunnies. Hopefully I don't get out of Wi-Fi reception area distance. Hey, Bonbons. Hey, Bonbons. Penelope seems wide awake. It may be time to get down and run. I gotta use 2 hands to get her, though. Actually, let's see. Here's what, if you own rabbits, here's what here's what you know. Respect the back claws. See that? Brutal. I got tagged. That was sweet. Penelope did that by mistake. It's my fault. Tried to one-hand it. But I haven't been trimming their claws because it just seems like overkill. They move these mats all over the place. They move them out of the way so they can lay on the hot, thick, cold metal. But, yeah, you really have to do a maneuver called the rabbit tuck. Pick up these bunnies. But fundamentally, bunnies don't want to be held. I always say they really don't. You're not going to change them to, but Penelope will now. 20 minutes without getting kind of nervous. You see how incredibly sweet she is. Just so docile, like beyond relaxed. Of course, we let them out, and then when they're out of the cage, they want to dig holes a lot of the time. So we're constantly filling holes back up, which is kind of why it looks wrecked in here. Try to keep things orderly, but it does kind of look wrecked in here because we're constantly covering up holes, and we do let them dig the holes because rabbits dig holes. That's the whole idea. Rabbits also play with sticks. I don't know if you're aware. I wasn't until I had one, but they will never. If my rabbit turns down playing with a stick, I would think it is sick. Let's see. Want to play stick? Uh-oh. No? Want to play stick? You can also put them into a trance by just resting a very light stick on their head. Yeah, I think she's in a deep state of relaxation, and I'm not even gonna disturb her. Thumper, look at Thumper, forever looking through the cage. Oh, the days when he was in the same cage as sweet Penelope. What do you think, Thumps? Want to be on the internet? You do? Okay, sure. Out you go. Yeah, you seem determined, resolute. Oh, look at this. Nobody brush you today? Look, he comes right to the front of the cage to be pet. Now, he's much smaller than Penelope. Yeah, come up here. Come on. You come to me. It's the least you could do. Come on. I'm gonna feed you fresh carrots. I feed you fresh carrots. Yes. All right, how about this? How about this? What do you think of that? What do you think of them apples, them carrots? This is what rabbits dream of. For some reason, I think they love to just have the... Look at that. Have the carrot right in their face. Because that's what they do when you give it to them anyway. They just stick their face straight in. Oh, yeah. The conveyor belt. It's going in. Going in. Going in. Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. Keep going. Go, 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 go. Gone. Fine. I'm convinced. Have another one. Yeah, but I'm not giving you the carrot. I'm keeping the carrot. See that? His eyes? Isn't that weird? How they're like black on the top and then blue on the bottom. Oh, whoa. Hey, you almost got my whole carrot. Whoa. Whoa. As the illusion would say. Alright, here's what we gotta do. We can't just leave Penelope out of this completely. I can see you're clearly into it. I'll tell you what. Here's what we'll do. We're going to give you the small branch, and we're going to give you the rest of this one broken off piece, and that's going to be your portion. We're going to start you off with this one. And then we're going to leave this one right here. Yeah. Rabbit ownership. We're a little worried because it's going to get hot this week, so we got our ice cube strategy ready. When the temperatures rise up, they say it could get up to be 100 degrees, if that's even possible. Right. Here you go. Come here. Come up a little closer, please. Mulberry sticks. Yeah. Okay, come on. You come up with them? That's it. Oh, thanks, this guy. I appreciate the compliment. It's very nice. There you go. Penelope is so much bigger than Thumper. These are my first rabbits. Oh, yeah, we were thinking about it. Yeah, over there, Funky Chickens, where we got these sweet bunnies. I said, oh, I was talking about, well, breed, maybe I'll, breed the two or whatever, get two from separate litters and breed. And they were just like, no, we can just bring it by and, bring it by the farm. And we got you. Should be impregnated in no time. You don't have to tell those funky chicken rabbits what to do. And her mom looked just like her. You can see she's got that albinism, that little bit of red and then blue. Really cool. Such a sweet rabbit too. This one was more timid to start and now is just fine with being held. And Thumper was much more outgoing, and now he's not as crazy about being held. They start getting into it. It's interesting, a rabbit. Not a cat, not a dog, not a mouse. It's a rabbit. And incredibly relaxing. I mean, just the process of interacting with them, and they always seem so content. But these rabbits get a lot of exercise too, so I think that contributes to their mental well-being. They get to do normal rabbit things. They're down there even. Yeah, okay. All right, let's see. Okay, when she does that, I usually think that means she wants to get down. So I'm actually going to put the phone down for a second and let her down. All right, come on, Penelope. You ready? Whoa. There it is. Yeah, I need to water this grass. The chickens have been trashing it. It's actually looking like an alpine meadow here before the chickens got here. Now they're just trampling everything, but I don't have to let them in here. I can restore it, but we like having them in here. Oh, look at that. Back to your most recent digging hole. You see Jack put a stone down in there to prevent her from digging out. And the funny thing is about it is that they'll dig the hole and then usually just lay in it. Like, I think they were getting down to the cooler dirt, but it's almost like they don't know how to finish it. And Penelope will let you come right up to her in the cage. She'll even come over to you. Come here, Penelope. Come here. Come on. No? Yeah, go over chew on that sugar cane a little bit. Yeah, and I've tried to add little pieces of, rubble and stuff here around so that the chicks and the rabbits both have like an interesting environment to interact with. And it's cool to see how they interact with it, like this little donut, half a donut I put in here is now a favorite place for all the chicks to huddle up. That's a chick huddle spot. Yeah, I'll let her do her thing. See where those chickens are. Since it's starting to get to be evening, they're going to start to migrate back to their coop when hundo on their own. Chickens do that. I'm looking to see if there's any in there. I don't see any. You're still in the roam. Hey, chick. Come on, chick. Oh, now you're going to come to me. You've been fully mealworm-ized. Come on. Let's go in the coop. Come on. Come on, chick. Come on. Yeah, go in that coop. You gonna roost? Still got some construction stuff I'm moving, but I got the path done to there, and the back started, and a path around here. Got to just complete it through there and around the back, but at least I can get access to it. Chickens know what to do. The chickens just saw a lizard. Hey, Sirius Black, you should lead the charge. Oh, they're gonna eat this, and they love it. It's okay. Plenty more where they came from. I've still got like 3/4 of a packet of seeds, probably more. Could grow a forest of moringa trees with that many seeds, or just eat some. That was the other thing. I think they were sold for like to eat, actually. Yeah, I haven't been keeping up on the water in this corner. I just realized. Want to come in? Come on. That's Sunshine. Come on, Sunshine. Come on. You gonna go in? Yeah, would you, I would, good question. Yeah, no problem. I would say more trouble than and that you'd always be better off with a deep water well if you could possibly pull it off. That maintains some amount of its own pressure. If you're looking to have water, you know, kind of like a self-sustaining water source, I would go with that, and then just use water responsibly, right? Like, you know. But then you could have something that even with a hand pump, you could bring up water if you ever needed to, but you could easily use it for irrigation and all that with a pump. But the rain barrel systems I've seen are just in mosquito deals a lot of times, and a lot of work, seems like, for friends of mine who are pretty competent to just be like over it. But I've seen some pretty elaborate rain barrel systems, and it's easy to drop a lot of money into that kind of thing. Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. One small step for chicken. One huge step. No, not yet. Side against it. Oh, there we go. First into the coop. You win. Well, all right. I think I'm gonna go grab a burrito. Seems like the right thing to do. I encourage you to do the same or something just as good. And I hope you give me a thumbs up if you like this stream. I'm trying to do this a little bit more. And subscribe if you're not already. Thanks for watching Eat Your Backyard. Have a great